So the show goes on. My next guest, she recently launched her memoirs and it's called A Toast to Life. So she'll be hanging out with me today. We're discussing A Toast to Life, and she's charming. She was a model, she's an actress. She graduated from Ghana Institute of Journalism, studied marketing and everything. She's joining us here today. Put your hands together. Show some love for Juliet Ibrahim. Juliet, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's about time. This is your first time here?
Yes.
Wow.
And that's a crime.
It is. Where have you been?
I've just been busy working, and I've been waiting for the right time. So that it becomes a very special moment to be on the show. Yeah.
And this is the right time.
Yes.
I have to apologize. I missed your launch.
I know.
Of A Toast to Life.
Yes.
I like the title.
Thank you.
Why
Thank you.
A Toast to Life?
So before I start, I got you a copy.
Oh, you have?
Because you missed it.
All right. Oh, thank you very much, Juliet. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it.
Okay.
But I like the title, A Toast to Life.
Thank you. So why A Toast to Life? Because I'm celebrating my life. Basically, I've gone through a journey of events. From way back when I was about 6 years old, it started. I've experienced 3 civil wars in different countries.
I experienced 3 civil wars.
So
whoa!
Growing up was crazy.
Your mom is from Liberia, right?
Yeah, she's half Liberian. Yeah.
Half Liberian.
Yes.
And your dad is from Lebanon.
Lebanese, yeah.
Lebanese. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, and you were born?
I was born in Ghana.
You were born in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There was no war here when you were born, though.
No. That one, yeah, I'm very grateful for the peace that we have, and I'm one person who is like extremely behind peaceful nations, and I support a lot of, like, during elections and stuff, I always speak out for peace. Yeah.
Because you've seen war.
Because I've experienced it. I know what it is like to live as a refugee and to lose everything you've had and family members and stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah. Let's go back. So you were born in Ghana.
Yeah.
And then you went to Liberia?
Yeah, my dad is a businessman.
Okay.
And my mom, when they met, he moves around a lot. Lebanese people always do that, where they always find where they can
chase
make
the money.
Yeah,
they go where the money is.
Yeah. So his family and him had supermarkets in Liberia at the time. So they were there, and because of war, we had to leave Liberia to Lebanon for about 2 years. Then there was another war that broke out very seriously in Lebanon at the time, and we had to move back.
So you were in Liberia when the war broke out?
Yeah.
And you escaped to Lebanon?
Yes.
Where another war broke out?
It always sounds funny, right? But
I know, it sounds funny, but it's crazy.
Serious, yeah.
If you're living, give us some of the experiences living in a war-torn country, like being in Liberia or Lebanon in a war.
Yeah.
What are some of the frightening moments?
I would say, let me paint a picture when we're in Lebanon. I remember my dad went to work. He had a small store in Lebanon with the family there. My mom, my little sister, my brother Nabil, at that time he was a baby. So we were in the house. We were on the 9th floor of a story building. And we just heard the ground and the building shake. So when we looked outside, it was another building that just fell to the ground, because a jet bomber had attacked the building and it just dropped. So my mom immediately was like, take your sister's hand, like run down the stairs, because you can't use the elevators and stuff at that time. So we had to run down the stairs. She carried Nabil in her hand, and I just remember everybody else in the building were just joining us. We're just in the group. Everybody's running down to the bunker, and we waited for hours till there's a radio or something that they were listening to on in the bunker. Then they'll tell you that everything is okay, people can come out
now.
Then we came out. My dad came back home later in the night. We're worried, we're scared, like, what if he's out there, something happened to him, and
these are scary moments. I mean, I'm listening to it like a movie, but I can imagine living in the moment. That must be mighty scary.
And I was very little at the time, but I'm the firstborn, so like I had to like grow up very quick with all the experiences, because my mom will always rely on me to help her with my siblings and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So you left Liberia, came
Okay. Yes. I've been moving around. So from Liberia, Lebanon, back to Liberia.
Went back to Liberia.
Yes.
The war had ended, or
the war had come ceased down basically.
Okay.
Yeah, but then after like 2 years, that was when the child stealer war happened, and it just went crazy. It happened overnight. I remember my dad had a knock on the door. And then my dad's supermarket was downstairs, so we were living upstairs. So someone knocked the door, and it had to be somebody that we knew, because people cannot just come into the compound like that. And my dad and mom opened the door. They were like, "Kids, go inside, go inside." And I was like eavesdropping, and I heard them, and like, they're going to start war, like early morning. There's going to be a lot of killings, whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was like giving a heads up on what's going to happen?
Heads up, yeah. So one of my dad's friends came to warn us, and that's how my mom was like, she has, like, that time there's no GSM like that, so she sent one of her cousins to go and warn the other family members. Everybody should take whatever they can take overnight, and by 4 a.m. 5 a.m. we are out.
Wow.
So they rented, at the time we didn't have a car, so we rented a Hilux, like a pickup. Whoever could fit in the car, like, we should just start heading out. So people, by 5 o'clock.
And you drove where?
We were going to Ivory Coast. That was the border with Maryland County at the time, because we were in Maryland County in Liberia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scary moments.
Very scary.
So when elections are coming and we hear Juliet Ibrahim is part of a peace movement, you actually know what it is like to be in a war.
Yes. I know what it is like. I became so paranoid that when I hear fireworks, I get scared.
Wow.
It still happens till date. Like, if I just, like, during December period and stuff, when people are just
throwing the fireworks,
even like out of nowhere, I'll jump. My heart will just, I'll be so scared till I'm rest assured that it's fireworks.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that crazy? Yeah.
Wow. So being in Ghana, how long did it take to finally, well, you haven't totally gotten over it, but finally settle down and realize, well,
I think most times I usually blame my dad, because he was very stubborn. We always wanted to come to Ghana, like, let's just move back to Ghana. But he's like, business is good there for the kind of things he does, and his family members are all there. So he wanted to be close to them. And that's why we stayed away long from Ghana. So when the last war happened in Ivory Coast, we had to go. We left him, and we were like, my mom was like, I'm going to Ghana, because Ghana is peaceful. There's good schools for my kids. I'm going back there. I can't be doing all of this, back and forth. So we got on the bus. Mom took a car with the superintendent of the area we're staying, and because there was not enough space for all of us. We were 4 kids. So me and my sister Sonia and my cousin, we had to use the bus to come into Ghana, and my mom went with the superintendent, with the kids, with the little ones. And our dad was then in Liberia working again. So we were in Ghana, we moved and everything has been smooth for us. Yeah.
Where's your dad now?
Right now he's in Lebanon.
He's in Lebanon. And your mom?
My mom is here. She's here.
What are they? Your dad is into business?
Yes, business.
Doing
supermarket, anything. He's all round businessman. Yeah, I think that's where I picked up my business right from too.
And your mom is here too?
My mom is here.
What does your mom do?
What's her name? She's called Elizabeth. Sarah
okay.
Elizabeth. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah. So my mom is an interior decorator. She's a caterer as well. Yeah, she's also like very talented. She does a lot of things. Yeah, and then she helps to manage me here and back and forth and stuff like that. Yeah.
Talking about managing you, are you still modeling, or I hear you started an agency, model agency? Okay,
I had a model agency like many years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was trying to survive, I started that time. And it was going quite well for me. I still do modeling, but right now it's more of face modeling, and brand ambassador that I do for myself. But I just launched a beauty pageant sometime early this year called Miss International Africa, because I wanted to help young girls like myself. I started off as a model. So how I got called up into acting was because I was on stage at a beauty pageant.
Oh,
I had
okay.
won the pageant.
Okay.
And a producer approached me, and he wanted me to be in a movie. Yeah.
Your first movie was Crimes of Christ or Christ to Crime or something?
Crime to Christ.
Crime to Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oops, I
yes,
said
yes,
Crimes of
yes.
Christ. Christians, forgive me.
Yes.
That was the very first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just felt like launching the beauty pageant to encourage a lot of young girls out there. Even during the auditions, there were so many young girls that I saw myself in. Yeah, so I just want to help them to create a platform where they can impact society and also do stuff for their family in future. Yeah.
How hard is it, the whole modeling industry in Ghana? Are you getting the models when they get there? Is there enough stuff to model around, basically?
It's a bit slow. It's
Yeah.
a bit slow. It's not, even at the time when I was modeling, it wasn't so big as well. Back then there were a lot of fashion shows happening every now and then. Now everything has slowed down. We had hair shows, we had different kind of shows.
Why do you think things have slowed down? Because from what I'm seeing, there's more of millennials growing up and everything is in their direction. Why is there a slowdown now?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about it, but I have no idea why things have slowed down, because even the movie industry has slowed down.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that is happening within the Ghanaian
Entertainment.
entertainment sector. Like, people are really not seeing the need for these things. Like the couple of shows that I know we have now that has to do with fashion or stuff is the Gliss Fashion Week and the Accra Fashion Week. That's about it. But when you come to hearing those kind of shows we used to hear before, like there was fashion show, fashion days, where brands will actually want to just exhibit their products and their clothing and stuff like that. It doesn't happen like that anymore.
You have actually drawn my mind to it that, in fact, there has been a slowdown in that.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm wondering. Okay. But you haven't slowed down. You just came up with your book.
I think that's the Arab side in me, the Lebanese side, the business side
don't
of
slow
it.
down.
Yeah, I just feel like I was put on earth for a greater purpose. That's what I always feel like. I always feel like I have to do more. Like, at one point, somebody sat down and was like, Juliet, you've really come a long way in life. Like, do you know what you've achieved? I was like, no, because I don't think I've achieved a lot. And it's like, no, you need to actually sit down one day and just look back and how far you've come. Because when we got to Ghana, I came with just one bag, like a backpack on my back. All of us, one bag. And everything we have today, we had to toil from scratch. So it's like you've come this far and you don't celebrate yourself. You're still working endlessly. I work a lot. I don't find time for myself. It's so hard.
What are you engaged in?
Anything. I want to do anything. So I'm a host. I host events. So I try to keep busy, basically. I want to keep busy. I'm learning new things. I'm trying my best to do. I have a cosmetics brand as well. So I'm always diversifying into stuff. Now I want to go into clothing. I'm doing the beauty pageant thing. I produce movies. I've recently directed 2 stuffs, a short film and a TV series. I'm going to reality shows. I just feel like when I do all these things, I still create employment for other people who are looking up to me as well. So I just want to keep doing more stuff. And
that's beautiful. I have a Lebanese friend, and he says something I'll never forget. He's also always working, doing stuff. And one time I said, you have a lot of money, eh? When do you slow down? And he said something very funny. He says, well, I don't go out chasing money. Money chases me. I'm like, well, it's a good, it's a good situation to be in.
Yes.
How money chasing you?
That's a good one.
Yeah. But you also got married to a well-known.
Yes.
Well, he was well.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out?
No, it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Oh.
At first, we thought it was the best thing. We're just 24 years old.
Both of you were 24?
Yeah. When it happened, we were talking for about 2 years before it happened, and things just went south. Like I still don't really understand. I spoke about it in my book a bit. I don't understand what happened, but I think we're just too young. Probably we're not really ready.
Ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. But I have an amazing son who came out of the marriage, and we're still like very cool. We talk. We're very good parents to our son as well. So that's, for me, that's what matters. Yeah.
And you haven't moved on since?
I've tried.
You've tried to move on?
I've tried.
But it didn't work?
The thing is, when you get to a certain level of popularity, as a female, is difficult, because guys even come around with their own intentions, and sometimes they don't even take you serious because of rumors they hear about celebrities and stuff like that. So you always have to be defending yourself. You always have to be, trying to prove that you're But I feel like if you're with somebody, you have to get to know the person for themselves. Like, what do they tell you when you're with them? I think that's what should matter, not what people say, not the rumors, not the assumptions that are out there or perception about the person. I've had a lot of, like, I've gone on dates, I've courted people, and it's just been crazy. Sometimes you even meet them and the first thing they go like, can you ever keep a relationship quiet? Like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm dating you. I'm like, okay, so how does that work? Because they might see us out there once or twice, having, like, dining out or something.
Yeah.
Or so how does that work? Yeah, sure, because I don't like to be in the public eye. It's not good for my business. It's not good for what I do. Yeah.
Dating is not good for their business?
I don't know. Dating me probably in the limelight. I don't know. But there's so many people, and then they're the ones where I meet them, and they tell me straight up, like, I have a political ambition or something, and a woman like you is what I need by my side.
For their politics?
So people
that's what they're cutting on.
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
there's some that will just like probably just come around just because they need you to be famous. To promote whatever business they have.
What is the weirdest proposal or experience you've had?
The weirdest proposal or like a proposal from a man was where he told me he can do anything, everything for me, like whatever I need in the world, he will love me, whatever, but I needed to convert from being a Christian to a Muslim.
Oh, really?
Yes. That was like, for me, I was like, oh wow, really?
And that's the only thing, if you can convert, you do everything for you.
Everything in the world, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is something.
And people are very bold. They say it, like, I meet all sorts of people,
But your first marriage was what, 2 years?
Yes,
Yeah.
about 2 years, yeah.
Would you mind going back to him?
Oh no, he has moved on.
No, just checking.
No,
It seems to be the
he has moved
one
on.
that really worked.
No, it didn't really work
It didn't
because,
really work,
unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but whilst we were together, someone was pregnant for him.
Okay.
Yes, and for me, like, that was like bottom line. Like, I couldn't deal with that. Like, I had no clue. He didn't tell me.
How did you
I
find
heard
out?
it from someone. Someone told my brother. My brother told me. I was like, what? Like, it just couldn't work for me. Like, But he's happy. He's happy. He has kids now. I think 2 kids with her, and they are very happy together. And that's what matters. We've met. We are now like one big happy family, which is
cool.
good for me.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. That is exciting. So, what's the next big plan for you? Is there something in the works coming from Juliet?
Yes. Actually, the next plan is still making sure people read my book, A Toast to Life, because people are always asking, like, why should I read the book? Why should I buy the book? First of all, the book is just 50 CDs. So I feel like I made it very affordable because I want people to understand and read my stories. There's so many people similar to me. when they read this book. And I just feel like I want to inspire a lot of people out there, not just women, but even men, on how they're supposed to treat people, how you're supposed to be able to also pay attention to your young ones and your family members. Like, not because they're always happy and smiling means that everything is okay in their life. And that's what one situation with me in my book. I was always the strong person. I was always the, at the lunch, which you missed, my mom, like, she had to come out and apologize to me. Like, she didn't know a lot of things I was going through.
Wow.
Because I always...
She found out in the book?
Yes, it's after she read the book that she found out.
Really?
So she was really, like, touched. My auntie cried. There was a viral video going around because she cried. They didn't know that I was going through a lot of this because I always put on this strong face when I'm around them, because I don't want them to break down. I want them to always see me as the one who is motivating them.
Give me just one example of something that you had to put a broad face on, but you were battling with inside you.
One of them would be the divorce, because they never saw me cry when it happened. They never saw me hurt or go through anything. I just traveled. That's what I did. I was like, oh, I have to work, and I traveled. I needed my own time to just heal and deal with it. So they didn't see it. All they saw was how angry and upset they were with my ex-husband. Why would you do this? Like, you know, and why would you hurt her? That's it. But they didn't see me go through that. The second one would be when I was very little, about 8 years old. My mom didn't know her. One of her I think I'll call it my grand uncle, sort of, tried to molest me. I couldn't tell her. I didn't know how to...
Tried to molest you? Or did they molest you, actually?
He tried to, because he brought his stuff out, and I just somehow escaped from the room. And he went out immediately to go and chat with her and my dad, and they were laughing. And I didn't know, I was so scared. I didn't know, should I tell her? Like, what would she think? How would she think that I know this or know about this? Like, I didn't know. I couldn't tell her till she read it in the book.
Really?
Yes. So she was really hurt at the book launch. She was like, she wished she knew that probably by now she would be in jail, because she knows what she would have done. So, you know, she said it out
Really?
loud, yeah. So
and
there's
is he still around?
He passed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed. But his sons are there. She talks to them every other day, because my mom is very family oriented. She talks to all her family members. So she's like, if she knew, if only she knew. So there's a lot of different experiences I went through. And it's just about people understanding that everybody that you see that is highly celebrated today didn't just come, with a silver spoon or something. Some people have experiences just like you do.
Yeah.
And even with, I had a situation with domestic violence. I was dating someone at the time after my divorce. And this guy was like really, like, he hit me, he beat me up in just a normal argument when I caught him chatting with some girl or something, and dragged me all over the floor. And I could not go out to tell anybody. I couldn't even report to the police, because I felt like, okay, I'm a public figure. Like, if I go here, go and report this, tomorrow it enters the news, people are going to be judging me. Why did you go there? Who sent you to date him? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't want to face all of that judgment and stigmatization of the fact that, okay, you're just trying to spoil someone's image and all of that.
So you kept that to yourself too?
Yeah.
But it's in here?
I spoke about those, those things, I
well,
even spoke
folks,
about...
you better get this book now, because...
there's a lot of things, and everybody can relate to it. Like, the reviews so far from people who've read the book, they're like, it's very gripping, and the way I wrote the book, you are going to visualize everything in your head. You're going to put yourself in my situation, and that's what I wanted people to feel when they read the book. Yeah.
Show some love, man. Thank you so much. And where can they get the book, by the way? It's very important.
Right now it's selling at Cyrus Bookstore at the opposite ANC Mall, but it's online as well, and we do nationwide delivery, or even international delivery at toasttolifebook.com. You just order there and we'll deliver to you.
toasttolifebook.com.
Yes.
You're seeing it on your screen right now, so they can order it directly from there.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Much.
To toast your life.
Thank you, and your life. I'm sure you have your own stories.
Plenty.
Exactly. Yeah.
But great. Now I understand why you're so particular about the peace crusade during elections,
Yes.
and
Yes.
one is coming up, and
Yes, I
definitely
know.
we'll get you on board again.
Yes, I
But
would love
but
to.
thank you
Okay.
and congratulations for this.
Thank you so
Show
much.
some love, folks. And we'll be right back.
KSM Show